When you meet a man that you really, really like, you want him to feel the same way about you. You don't want him to just like you. You want him to feel with you like he has never felt with anyone, because you know he's been with other women. He's had girlfriends. He may have even had a wife, and he loved them enough to be with them for years. That can feel really intimidating, but that is just your self-doubt speaking. This isn't a competition. You're not competing against all the women he's loved before in events like the best cook or the best looking or the best in bed. People love us not for who we are, but for the experiences they have with us. So if he loves being with you, he's not thinking about these other women and whether they're better than you. He's thinking about how nice it is just to be with you. So if you want to trigger his lasting devotion, that's where you need to start. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 ways to trigger his lasting devotion. Number 1 is a fun one. Accept his offers of help. So when a guy says, hey, how about I do this for you? You say, that would be awesome. Even if you're not sure you need it, even if you've already got it under control. Because what a lot of us women do is when a guy offers to help, we say, I don't want you to put yourself out, or, oh, you shouldn't have. And so we treat his offer as if it implies obligation, like accepting his help would make things uncomfortable. But what he hears us saying is, I don't want anything you have. And to him, it sounds like rejection. One of the ways guys test women is to offer to do something for her and then see how she responds. And if she refuses any help, it's like she's refusing them. Guys get a lot of pleasure in putting a smile on a woman's face, and they live for those thank yous. It makes them feel useful. It makes them feel like they can contribute to your life. So practice the art of receiving. Let him put a smile on your face and shoulder some of your burdens. Don't let it make things get awkward. It's just what people who care for each other do for each other. Number 2 is to take him seriously. So one of the reasons I think guys benefit so much from having a girlfriend is because she helps them express a side of themselves that's normally hidden away and locked down. Guys have very different relationships with other guys. It's all about the art of the put down, and no one's allowed to get too big for his britches or he'll get cut down to size. And so when a guy wants to talk seriously about heart stuff, he's got to pick the right people. And that's usually not his parents, because he doesn't want his parents to know anything's wrong or that he's thinking about this kind of stuff. Usually the best person for a guy to talk to is a woman, because women actually listen and they take him seriously. It's hard for us as women to imagine just how much that means to the men in our lives. I mean, we all have girlfriends that we can talk to about anything, but guys don't always have that kind of relationship. They're too busy trying to impress people or trying to seem invincible. And so when he shares something personal and vulnerable with you, treat it as a gift. He's showing you his underbelly, and he doesn't do that with just anyone. Number 3 is teach him something unexpected. So in the classic romantic story, the guy is the one out there showing his girl a whole new world. Guys feel like they're expected to be the more experienced one. But every guy out there gets a tingle of excitement when his girl surprises him by taking him somewhere outside his comfort zone. So maybe he didn't know that she was an expert on single malt whiskeys, or maybe he didn't know that she could sail. So take on that teacher role from time to time. You can play it up and you can be the sexy teacher, or you can just be the passionate woman sharing this cool thing that she loves. So challenge him a little, push him beyond his comfort zone. Having a girlfriend that expands his horizons will change his life forever. Number 4, like him. Now that seems pretty simple, doesn't it? But a lot of guys never feel as if they're liked for who they are inside. They believe that women want them for what they can do for them. So they say things like, yeah, she's only into him because of his money or because of his friends or because she's hunting for a husband. And some guys are very suspicious of women's motives. And they're certain that a woman would drop them like a hot potato if they lost their job or if they refused to consider marriage. Now, this has a lot to do with guy culture. Guys are so competitive. They compare themselves to other guys. You know, this guy has bigger muscles. This guy's always dating hot women. This guy makes money hand over fist. And they assume that women do the same thing to them. So women must always be comparing them to other guys and finding them lacking. Now, sometimes they're right, because we all have that catty friend who rips into those poor guys with awful online dating profiles. And, it's funny, right? And sometimes we do it ourselves. We just can't help but make fun of certain guys. But we forget that guys are tender inside too. We hate it when guys judge us. And we hate it when they only act interested because they want something from us. And so you can see why one of the greatest gifts you can give a guy is just to like him. So you stop all the judgment and the expectations and the comparison, and you just like him. You like him regardless of where things go. So if the possibility of a relationship was taken off the table, would you still want to spend time with this guy? Well, if the answer is no, then you probably shouldn't be pushing for a relationship. A great guy will inspire you, even if this flirtation between you goes absolutely nowhere, because you like him for who he is. And that's separate from your romantic feelings towards him. Now, those guys are hard to find, but they are keepers once you do. And finally, number 5, keep it a safe place for mistakes. Guys don't want to make mistakes. They try really, really hard, but sometimes they mess up. And when a guy messes up, it makes him feel 10 times worse when his girlfriend freaks out. She starts accusing him of not caring, and then she pulls back and she goes cold on him, and it feels to him like she's punishing him, and it makes him feel like dirt. And when he feels like dirt, he just doesn't want to try anymore. He just wants to get out. So when a guy does something to you that's just awful and you can't believe he did it, expect to get upset. And then, to the best of your ability, take that upsetness somewhere else so that you can deal with it and you can get your head around it without lashing out at him. Because the immediate instinct is to hurt him for hurting you. You want to make him feel as bad as he just made you feel. Or I guess if you're the opposite type, you crumple inside and you pretend it didn't matter, all the while hoping that you can hold it in until you find a safe place to cry. There is a middle ground. It's where you process the pain on your own until you're ready to talk about what happened. And then you express your hurt and you talk about what you would like to do differently going forward. And you make sure that he knows that you want this relationship and you love being with him. And to make it work, you've both got to feel safe with each other and you've got to trust each other. You need to be on the same side. Now, some guys might clam up at a conversation like that because they've never had a girlfriend who approached it that way. If you've ever noticed how some guys treat you worse after they've done something wrong, this is why. They're reacting in their head to the way they expect you to treat them. And it doesn't even occur to them that you won't get mad and strike out because they've never had a relationship where conflict was handled in a healthy way. The way you deal with conflict as a couple is a really big deal. If you don't deal well with conflict together, then there's not much hope for a long-term relationship. So keep it a safe place for making mistakes. because you're going to make mistakes too, and you'll want him to take it well. We all hate being punished by the person we love. We want the opportunity to fix our mistakes as long as we're not shamed for what we did. So there you have it, the 5 ways to trigger his lasting devotion. Which of these ways have you used before? And which ones do you think you're going to try next? Let me know in the comments. Take really, really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.